Today we are going to discuss physics, first grade physics of RPSC 2013 paper. So the first question is the percentage error in the measurement of mass and speed are 2% and 3% respectively. Estimate the maximum error in the kinetic energy. Option A is 4%, option B is 8%, C is 11%, and option number D is 6%. So the answer we will write as mass जो error in percentage of mass is 2%, error in percentage of speed is 3%. Therefore, we know that the formula of kinetic energy is half mv square. On taking the percentage error, we get del k upon k into 100 is equals to del m upon m into 100, and because of the v square, the 2 comes in front, so it will become 2 delta v upon v into 100. So delta m by m into 100 is given as 2% and delta v upon v into 100 is given as 3%. So it will be 2 plus 2 into 3 equals to 8%. Option number B will be correct. Now the next question is an object moves in a positive x direction with constant acceleration at 5 meter. Its speed is 10 meter per second. 2 seconds later, the object is at 65 meter, then its acceleration will be. So for this, we find the distance which is traveled is 65 minus 5 equals to 60 meter. Since Newton's law of motion is S equals to ut plus half at square. So as here distance is 60 meter, so 60 is equals to initial velocity in question given as 10 meter per second. So 10t plus half at square. Here time is given as 2 seconds. After substituting all the values, we get acceleration is 20 meter per second square. That is option number B. Now third question is a football player kicks a ball at an angle of 37 degree from a horizontal with the speed of 20 meter per second. Assuming the ball moves in a vertical plane, the horizontal range of the ball. So in this question, what is given to us is the angle as 37 degree. Okay, 37 degree with the horizontal. So it is like this. It is like this. A football is been thrown as this. This so the horizontal distance is known as the range. What we have asked. So in this question, the formula of the range is given as r equals to u square sine 2 theta upon g. So we can write sine 2 theta as 2 sine theta cos theta. So r will be equal to 2 u square sine theta cos theta upon g. On substituting all the values, we get horizontal range as 38.4 meter. Now, the next question is if resultant resultant force of the two forces F vector and F vector acting on a particle is F vector, then the angle between the two forces. So here we have two forces. One is F vector and another force will also be F vector. Acting on a particle is F vector. So the resultant R is also given as F, and A is also given as F, and B is also given as F. So we have to find the angle between them. So we have the formula of R, that is resultant, as under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. On substituting all the values, we get we get f equals to under root of f square plus f square plus 2f square cos theta. Taking f outside the under root, we get f equals to f under root 2 plus 2 cos theta. So 1 under root of 2 1 plus cos theta, which is equals to 1, and we can write 1 plus cos theta as 2 cos square theta by 2. From here we get angle theta as 120 degree. Now the next question will be when two masses m1 and m2 are acting upon by an equal force F, the ratio of a1 is to a2 of the accelerations obtained by the two masses will be. So it is a very easy question. We know that F is equals to ma. So we know that F is equals to ma. So from this we can write that mass is inversely proportional to acceleration. So mass is inversely proportional to acceleration. So we can write as a1 by a2 will be equals to m2 by m1. Next is the reading of the two ideal spring first and second are. Here we have a spring first and another spring second, and we have been attached a mass of 4 kg to it. In a spring, if we attach anything, it doesn't depends upon how many strings you have been attached. For in every case, the mass will be the same. So for first string also it will be 4 kg, and for the second string also it will be 4 kg. So we have option number A. Next is an automobile is moving along a road with a speed of v0 if the coefficient of static friction between the tires of the road are mu s. What is the shortest distance in which automobile can be stopped? So we have to find the shortest distance जब वो automobile stop हो जाए. For this case we know that static friction formula is F is equals to mu s n, where n is the normal reaction and the value of n is mg. Okay, from we have in the question it is given that it is stopped after some time, it gets stopped. That means that the final velocity will be equals to 0 and initial velocity given as v naught. From this we apply F is equals to MAS. On putting the value of Fs we have MAS equals to mu s mg. Okay, MAS equals to mu s mg. So we find As equals to mu sg. Newton's third law of motion is v square minus u square equals to 2as. Due to retardation, a is equals to minus a. On substituting the value, we get the value of s, that is the shortest distance in which the automobile can be stopped. Now the next is a spring when stretched by 2 cm has a potential energy U. If it is stretched by 10 cm, the potential energy becomes. Okay. So according to question, a spring when stretched by 2 cm has potential energy U. जब उसे 2 सेंटीमीटर तक हमने स्ट्रेच किया तब उसका पोटेंशियल एनर्जी U था. अगर उसे हमने 10 सेंटीमीटर के लिए स्ट्रेच किया तो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी कितना होगा? We know that potential energy of a string is given by the formula U is equals to half k x square. U equals to half k x square. When x is 2 centimeter, we put the value of x in the formula, and for 10 centimeter we again put the new potential energy. On dividing equation 1 and 2, we can find U dash equals to 25 U. A particle of mass m moving with velocity 5 meter per second makes an head-on collision with with the with the identical particle which is initially at rest. The final velocity of the first particle will be. So according to question it is given as that there is a head-on collision. Head-on collision means if there is an object and it is moving with some velocity and strike on an object which is initially at rest. So in case of head-on collision, what happen is जो फर्स्ट वाले का जो वेलोसिटी होगा वो कंप्लीटली अपनी होल वेलोसिटी सेकंड ऑब्जेक्ट को दे देता है, एंड द सेकंड ऑब्जेक्ट मूव्स विद द सेम वेलोसिटी एज व्हाट इज फर्स्ट वन इज मूविंग, एंड द फर्स्ट वन बिकम्स स्टॉप. So that's why the final velocity of first particle will be equals to 0, because due to the head-on collision, the object B gains the same velocity by which the first particle is moving, and the first particle have the velocity 0. So that's why from answer will be 40 meter per second. Now the next question, it is the moment of inertia of solid sphere about its diameter will be mr square by 2, 2 by 5 mr square by 2, 5 by 2 mr square by 2, or mr square. In case of a solid sphere, we have the solid sphere. In this case, we take a small element of this, and this small element will be like a ring. So here it is the radius of the sphere, we mark it as r. This is the radius of sphere and we mark it as r, and we take another element, and this element is this. We take another element this, and let the element having the radius as a small r. So the distance between the two we take as x. In this case, we know that moment of inertia is half mr square and density equals to mass per unit volume. So for a small element, the mass will be dm equals to rho dv. Okay. Since we know that, since we know that volume is nothing but 4 by 1 minute. Here volume is written as here volume is written as dv is written as pi r square and dx, that is area into dx. So dv is written as area into dx, the distance of the small element. So we have di equals to half dm r square. In case of a small element, we have the moment of inertia as di equals to half dm r square. We can write the value of dm as rho pi r square. So here we have written rho pi r square. On integrating both sides, we get from 0 to I equals to integration half rho pi, and in case of R4 we can write R square into R square, and the value of R square is capital R square minus X square. So capital R square minus X square whole square into dx. I equals to half rho pi, from minus R to R will be the limit, r square minus x square whole square into dx. After that, solve this bracket, that is from a square minus b square whole square, we get this. On solving the value, on putting the value of the limit, we get 8 by 15 rho pi r5. Since we know that rho is mass per unit volume, so m upon 4 by 3 pi r cube. So moment of inertia we will get 2 by 5 m r square. Torque applied on a body and its rotational kinetic energy are expressed as, first option is r cross f, comma half I v square, second r dot f, comma half I v square, third r cross f, comma half I v square upon r square, and fourth option is r dot f half I v square upon r square. So torque, we know that r cross f. Rotational kinetic energy is given as half I omega square. We know that omega equals to v by r. So rotational kinetic energy value will be half I v square upon r square. If the frequency of a particle performing SHM is 5, then then the frequency of its kinetic energy will be, option number A is F, B 0, C F by 2 and D is 2F. For a simple harmonic motion, the frequency is given as F. Since we know that x equals to A sin omega t, we find the velocity v equals to dx by dt. So we get A d by dt sin omega t, differentiation becomes omega cos omega t. Kinetic energy formula we apply as half mv square. So it become half m the omega square a square cos square omega t. From here we will write cos square omega t as cos 2 omega t equals to 1 plus 2 cos 2 omega t equals to 1 plus cos 2 omega t. On taking the 1 by 2 outside, we get 1 by 4 m omega square a square 1 plus cos 2 omega t. From here, we have angle as cos 2 omega t. So now the omega will be become 2 omega. Here we have started as cos omega t, and now it will become 1 plus cos 2 omega t. That means that frequency gets doubled. So omega becomes doubled. Therefore, we know that f equals to omega on 2 pi. Hence, the frequency is directly proportional to the angular frequency. Therefore, the frequency of oscillation will also becomes 2f. Which of the following expression is for force oscillator? So from all these expressions, we have the expression of force oscillator as option number 4. Next, escape velocity from the Earth is 11.2 km per second. The radius and the mass of Mars, it is Mass. The radius and mass of Mars are about half and 1 by 10 respectively of those of Earth. Escape velocity from Mars would be. So according to question, we know that escape velocity formula is under root 2 gm by r, which is given as 11.2 km per second. Radius of Mars is given as r by 2, that is half of the Earth's radius, and mass of Mars is m by 10, that is 10th time 1/10 of the mass of Earth. So escape velocity formula v dash for Mars equals to under root of 2 g m upon rm. V dash is equals to under root 2 g m by 10 upon r by 2. It will become, from cancelling 2 and 10, we get 1 upon root 5 VE. VE is nothing but escape velocity of Earth, which is given as 11.2 km per second. By substituting the value, we get approximately 5 km per second. If the given value of acceleration due to gravity at a height r from Earth's surface. So, we have, according to Newton's gravitational law, force F is equals to gmm upon r square. We can write force as equals to mg. From small m cancel out each other. So G will be equals to capital Gm by r square. At an height h, r tends to r plus h. So it becomes G dash equals to Gm upon r plus h whole square. Divide equation 1 and 2, we get G dash upon G equals to r square upon r plus h whole square. So G dash equals to r square upon r plus h whole square into Gs, that is surface, gravity on the surface. At h is equals to r, which is given as height is equals to the radius. So at h equals to r, we get G dash equals to r square upon 2r whole square into Gs. That means that the G dash will be equals to Gs by 4. This is the today's last question. After that, other questions will be discussed in the next video. Consider a wire of 2 meter long and of cross-section area 1 mm square. The work done for pulling the length of the wire by 0.1 mm is. Here Young's modulus is given as 2 into 10 ki power 11 Newton per meter square. It is a very easy question. We know that the formula of Young's modulus is F upon area. So Y will be equals to F upon A divided by, that is, stress upon strain, delta L upon L. So it is the formula of Young's modulus. On putting all the values in the formula, we get force as a 10 Newton. After getting the force, we know that the work done is equals to half force into elongation. Here elongation is delta L. On substituting the value, we get work done as 5 into 10 to the power minus 4 joule, that is option number 4.